All right, so we just did the count if functions. So we want to now create non-standard functions. So a non-standard function is a function that still works, the computer recognizes it, but it's not one that it has pre-programmed inside of the computer. So let's go to our raw data number 2, and we're going to use the year 1994 for this one. I'm just going to highlight it for fun. All right, so this is the one that we're using for the non-standard functions. So let's talk about some of the other things that you can do with cells besides the basic ones that we've talked about. If you want to subtract cells to find the difference, we could hit equals, pick the first cell, put the minus sign, pick the second cell, and hit enter. Right? They do have a difference of -5. So if we want, we can go ahead and subtract cells. If I wanted to, I can subtract multiple cells. All I got to do is just keep clicking on cells that I want to subtract. And now notice I don't have parentheses around here. I probably should put them, but in this case, the computer was able to recognize it without the parentheses. Okay, so we can subtract values if we need to. Let's talk about multiplying values. So if we want to multiply values, just like we did with our subtract, we pick the first number we want. We use the asterisk to represent the multiplication sign. So that's shift 8. And then we pick the second cell that we want to multiply. Again, we could pick as many cells as we want in order to multiply. If we want to do division, we can go ahead and hit equals, pick our first cell. We use the slash in order to represent division. Pick our second cell, hit enter. And we can choose to do multiple operations as well. So for example, if I wanted to add 2 cells up first and then divide by them, I would go ahead and put parentheses, pick my first cell, pick my second cell, and then we'll go ahead and hit divide. We can divide it by another cell, or we can pick just an arbitrary number. Let's say we wanted to go ahead and divide it by 2. We could do that. So if I added these 2 up and divided by 2, that's the number I would have gotten, right? If I want, I can just pick a cell and just add an arbitrary number to it as well. Let's say I want this number plus 917. I can do that, and the computer can do that for me. The same thing works if we're doing subtraction. Maybe I want to take this cell and subtract 300 from it, and that works. So what I would like for you guys to do for the rest of 1994, go ahead and make some sort of different non-standard equations. You can add, subtract, multiply, or divide these items. You can add multiple items, you can subtract multiple items, you can divide multiple items. Go ahead and just insert different basic functions that you can into this column right here. It's okay if you use some of the same functions twice. As our teachers look through them, what we're going to be looking for is what types of different functions did you use. So we'll click into your cells and see that you tried out different types of things.